Hello and welcome to Gunners Daily YouTube channel, where I'm covering all the latest Arsenal news and everything that is happening around the club. It's Boxing Day, but unfortunately no Arsenal today. We play a match against West Ham on Thursday. Anyway, we have some good news that came out this morning, but before we start, if you haven't already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Okay, let's get into it. The news broke out this morning that Thomas Partey has reportedly returned to full training with Arsenal after completing near 3 weeks of training on his own. It is expected that Partey will be back with the first team and he could even potentially feature for Arsenal against West Ham on Thursday. There is still no official confirmation from Arsenal or Mikel Arteta that Thomas Partey has fully recovered, but if it's true, this is great news. I think we all know how important a healthy Thomas Partey is to Arsenal's game and how much better a team we are with him on the pitch, no matter what some people say. When we have Thomas Partey on the pitch, our game takes on a completely different dimension, because realistically, we don't even have an adequate replacement for him in our team, and that's probably the biggest summer mistake we made, that we didn't bring the right replacement for Thomas Partey. Even though we knew very well how many injury problems he had in these past few years, and how often he is out injured. People can criticize Partey for this or that, but when it's all said and done, healthy Partey is probably top 5 best midfielders in the Premier League, period. The only problem is, he's never healthy. I'm honestly still pissed that we are halfway into the season and we still didn't have a chance to properly enjoy that Declan Rice and Thomas Partey midfield combination. It would definitely be the best midfield in the league. And as I've said many times already this season, we are still only one Declan Rice injury away from complete chaos. Just take a look at our bench versus Liverpool, our midfield options to be more precise. Mohamed Elneny and Jorginho. Those are our midfield options in 2023. 32-year-old Mohamed Elneny and 33-year-old Jorginho. That's what I mean when I say that we are only one Declan Rice injury away from complete collapse. No offense to them, but Elneny and Jorginho can't be your primary options on the bench if you are a serious side that wants to win every single trophy available. Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup. And we can only blame Edu Gaspar for this, because we all knew, we've all been saying this in the summer. Declan Rice is a fantastic, brilliant signing. But we still needed to add at least one more top quality midfielder, knowing Thomas Partey and Mohamed Elneny's injury history. But luckily for us, Rice has been so good this season that he counts as 2 on the pitch. Listen, let's get back to our starting topic. And that is that Thomas Partey is now reportedly fully cleared and ready to play. I wouldn't rush him to play against West Ham, at least not from the start. I would give him 10 to 15 minutes to slowly get back into it, because why risk it? Also, I wanted to say, we talked about Thomas Partey's potential exit this January, with Juventus and some Saudi Arabian clubs interested in signing him, but it seems like all that talk has gone away, and Mikel Arteta shut down those rumors when he said that he counts on Partey for this season. So, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he stays here till the end of this season. Maybe that's the plan. Look, maybe Arteta wants to keep Partey till the end of this season and still go out and buy another midfielder this January. And that would probably be the best solution, honestly, because we desperately need depth in the middle. Let's say we bring Douglas Luiz this January, and if Partey remains healthy, great. You now have a couple of great options to choose from. And if Partey gets injured again, it's a shame, but at least you have some proper cover for him. The worst possible scenario would be probably if we decide to rely on Partey for the rest of the season and we don't buy anyone this January. But I honestly don't believe that would happen. One more thing that I almost forgot. If he's truly healthy, Partey will leave Arsenal in around, 10 days, if I'm not wrong, to go to AFCON with Ghana. So, yeah, brilliant. Knowing our luck, he will probably leave for AFCON, we'll have a brilliant tournament, and he will then get injured again in his first game back with Arsenal. But anyway, Gunners, what are your thoughts? Do you think Arsenal should keep Partey till the end of the season or sell him this January? Write down. Okay, different topic. Let's take a look at some of your comments from my post this morning, in which I asked you if you could choose between Ivan Toney, Victor Osimhen, Evan Ferguson and Benjamin Šeško this January, which player would you sign? So let's take a look at some of your comments. Moksha Khanna says, if I know anything about Arteta, he is surely courting Osimhen. He will go for the best possible target and Kroenke will support. D Savage says, if we already had a decent striker we were looking to replace in a few years, I'd say Ferguson, but we need a striker ready now, not a top prospect. I agree. I take any of Tony, Watkins or Osimhen, whatever the cost. Osimhen seems like a stretch though, and Villa won't sell Watkins. Tony might be possible due to the gambling ban he had and Brentford looking to cash in. He has a history of attitude problems though, need to make sure he's the right fit for this team. You know what's interesting? It's like nobody mentions Ollie Watkins. I know Villa won't sell him, especially won't sell him in January, but I think Watkins is a great player. And he's 27, 28 years old. He's in his prime now, but yeah. Francis Muwala says, Santiago Jimenez from Feyenoord would be my choice. Look, I've been reading about Santiago Jimenez from Feyenoord. I've seen a lot of people mentioning that name in the comments. I honestly haven't watched him. I don't know anything about the guy. So tell me, for those of you who have watched Santiago Jimenez this season, is he really that good? Is he really that good that Arsenal should consider signing him this January or in the summer? If you watched him, write down in the comments because I'm really interested to hear you out. Jag Moresi says, would love Patrick Schick, but no way he's leaving in the middle of a title charge. They should try and get Tammy Neguri from Rennes. Alexo says, Tony price tag is 100 million when he is worth 30 million on the market. So only logical and valid price for 100 million striker. So only logical and valid price for 100 million would be Osimhen. If we are not spending that amount of money, I think Solanke would be a good choice to hit the ground running for the title charge. I mean, Solanke is having the season of his career. I made a video about Solanke and what I think about those potential links between him and Arsenal. I honestly, in a long term, I don't think Solanke is the solution. I'm just honest. I think he's just not good enough to be our long-term number one option. OK says Evan Ferguson won't happen, but I can see Ivan Toney and Victor Osimhen being the most realistic. Rip Zak says, who's written these prices? Transfer Market, German website. Muhammad Hani says, Šeško is more realistic, unless we sell Ramsdale for 60 million pounds and Nketiah or Smith Rowe for 30 million pounds. Aga Query Mapolen says, Santiago Jimenez should be on that list. Paulo Danga says, make Raya deal permanent in January, then get Tony on loan. Michael Good says, we do not need to bring in another striker mid-season. All this would do is destabilize the system and of course consider who is dropped to bring in the striker. Scoring goals is not a problem, so it doesn't require a solution. Nicholas Crypto says, I like Ferguson, but I think he is just not ready yet. Hayan Sway says, to be honest, I would take anyone on this list. Sean Lee says, mid-season, you're looking at double price for each transfer, especially Evan Ferguson. Jesus Christ, Brighton slapped 50 million on top of every player's worth. I don't know how we got Trossard for 25 million or whatever it was. That's true regarding Brighton's price tags. And honestly, I think there's probably like 1% chance that Arsenal could sign Evan Ferguson in January. And you know what? No kidding. If Arsenal were truly interested in signing Evan Ferguson this January, I think Brighton would slap a price tag close to 150 million pounds. No joke. I honestly believe that. Melefnut says, no way are we getting Evan Ferguson, not a chance. Luis Williams says, Benjamin Šeško for me, he is still young. Astute says, Victor Osimhen all the way, and Chronicle says, Osimhen is very lazy and EPL is very physical compared to Italian league. And that is basically it for today's video. So Gunners, what are your thoughts? If you could pick one of these four strikers, who would you pick? Who should Arsenal sign in this January transfer window? Write down in the comments. Once again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.